Hello and welcome to Ron Whitlock Reports. Here today to have a conversation with the Border Texan of the Year 2013, Mr. Sam Susser. Sam, thank you for hosting us here at your office.
Thrilled to have you, Ron.
And congratulations on your selection as Border Texan of the Year. So, were you excited and pleased to be so honored and recognized?
Well, I was particularly shocked when I got the call. Didn't see that coming, but know that Border Fest is a tremendous community celebration that is bringing the community together and helps raise money for college scholarships, which is something we believe passionately in at Stripes and our family, and we're thrilled to lean in and hopefully help the event be successful.
Education well-timed, obviously, for this particular year, because there's a move afoot, the legislature, to get a 2/3 vote, which is normally sometimes an impossibility, to get access to the permanent university fund to fund, not only now in the beginning at a startup, but on a continuing basis, out of those billions of dollars of oil and gas money that supports the system, put the University of Texas Brownsville, the University of Texas Pan American together in the creation of a medical school. What a wonderful opportunity. And of course, Border Fest this year would tie right into that.
Well, I agree with you. It's a huge opportunity, but I also believe it's a tremendous need that the state of Texas has, and I'm thrilled to see the Regent stepping up and helping address these tremendous future needs. If we can get this growing body of kids educated, then Texas is destined for success. And if we can't figure out education and higher education, then things are very bleak for us down the road. It's up to us, but we've got to act now to create the schools and find the funding to make it possible for the many, many hundreds of thousands of kids that are working their way into the system to go to college and get the education they're going to need to be successful into the balance of this century.
Well, you know, your generation, and I from mine, that in most cases, historically, students from this area, if they wanted to continue higher education, they had to go north of I-10, between I-10 and the Red River to get it, or out of state.
We've made some forward progress with the expansion of our universities here in South Texas, but the demographic trends remain overwhelming, and we must keep growing higher education opportunities to meet the needs of kids in South Texas. It's hard to pay college bills, and it's not economically possible for so many families to have their kids hundreds of miles away from home, and there's so much opportunity to have part-time jobs and get the job done here in the Valley, here in South Texas. I'm thrilled with what we're seeing as far as the future expansion of these two great campuses.
Sam, are you a participant and involved with the South Texas Initiative? Is that why you're so comfortable in talking about it?
Well, I feel that our role as a South Texas-based business is to be involved in our communities and to be involved in the political process. And we try to maintain good relationships and an open dialogue with not only our local officials, but those at the state level. Our local officials need the support of our citizens, our voters, and our businesses to be able to carry the water in Austin. My personal opinion is that a lot of the debate is not necessarily between Democrats and Republicans, it's between the big urban centers and the regional communities in our state. And we really must work together in South Texas to be able to see a fair share of the tax revenue that we send to Austin comes back down to South Texas, where we have the tremendous growth trends and huge needs for public and higher education and for health care.
Now, Sam, you talk very comfortably about the fact that business in South Texas should remain involved and engaged in the political process or the public policy process. That has become somewhat of a fearful thing for many businesses with the with the acrimony that seems to exist politically in the political discourse around the country, you seem to think we need to go back to having businesses and the people get more involved in that process. Yes?
I do. I think especially here in the local, regional, and state level, I think that individuals and organizations and businesses can be heard. I probably feel some of the same frustrations you described at the national level. We try to have dialogue there, but I recognize that our influence in this political stalemate in Washington is pretty limited. But in Austin, working together, we could make a difference, and I think we are making a difference. We're seeing meaningful investments in infrastructure and highways, and healthcare is being upgraded, and this wonderful news from the University of Texas Regents.
So what should businesses do to try and help make sure that while urbanized areas have their drinking water, and for industry and commerce, that agriculture, farming, ranching, and others, and Eagle Ford shale exploration, they work together rather than one taking it all?
Well, I think that our role in this is to be heard, to maintain strong relations with our elected officials, and to go to Austin or to host statewide officials when they're coming through our communities, and to get in there and engage. Make sure our concerns are heard, have back and forth, understand the other side of these different issues. But if we're not involved, then we're going to end up getting what we deserve, which isn't very much.
The discourse, if you analyze the word discourse, it is the anvil of the truth, and that is, and therefore, inherently, democracy. All we have to do is talk to each other. It's the talking to each other that seems to be more and more lost in our country. We're not talking to each other, we're talking at each other. And so, just like you say, they come to town, engage them in the discussion.
Yeah. Well,
that seemed too complicated to me.
No, there have been some issues in which we've become more polarized in the state of Texas, but the legislature this session, I think, is a little more balanced in terms of Democrats and Republicans. We don't have supermajorities in place this session, and I think that's a hopeful sign that all sides of an issue are going to be heard, and we're going to have to work together to find a resolution. I would be strongly opposed to a great big supermajority on the part of either party. I think the right answers are going to come from that discourse and turning things over and finding common ground.
Amen. Amen to that. Yeah. We'll be back in a moment after these words. Welcome back to Ron Whitlock Reports. We're here with Sam Susser, who is the Border Texan of the Year 2013. Now, you were selected Border Texan of the Year 2013 for Border Fest, which is a celebration of the cultural treasures of Mexico. Many folks think they cannot go to Mexico, actually physically cross the border any longer. They're concerned about their security. So this opportunity to come to Border Fest this year, they can celebrate the cultures of Mexico. It's being brought to the State Farm Arena, and they can see it and participate in it, feel it, and touch it with only just a few miles south. If they want to go across the border, where myself and others do go, feel secure in that, they can. But they don't want to, they can come to the carnival, all the fun stuff there at Border Fest 2013. And you're the man being recognized for being Border Texan of the Year, basically because of your philanthropy. Where did philanthropy start, in your opinion? Where were you mentored in your family, the Susser family, to give back to the community, to be philanthropically inclined?
Well, first and foremost, my granddad, Sam Susser, the founder of our company. He was from Bishop, Texas, hitchhiked his way to Corpus Christi. Met my grandmother. She was third generation South Texan. I'm fifth. My kids were sixth generation. And my granddad was a penniless sort of guy, but he had a bit of success. And
Married the right woman with two service stations.
That's right. I always teased her. He married her for the money. She had 2 service stations.
My wife would agree I married the right woman.
Yeah, that's good. But he was a very generous man, and quiet ways he touched so many people. We miss him greatly, but we're striving to follow in the footsteps of the values that he established. We're also fortunate to be surrounded by a number of companies that are great corporate citizens, and these are companies that we compete with sometimes, and but we admire all the time, and we aspire to be over the years really one of the most highly regarded companies in terms of being involved in giving back and organizing our resources in a way that can give back. We believe that we have 3 goals as a company. We want to make it a fantastic, great place to work. We want to take care of every customer, make it fast, fun, friendly, and delicious. And we want all of our stakeholders to make money in the enterprise. And that isn't just shareholders. It's also all of our employees and our suppliers and the communities that we operate in. At the end of the day, Stripe's business can only be as successful as the communities that we're in. And we know that our success is completely tied to the success of the communities. And for us, it's about taking care of kids. We try to focus our efforts on education and on health care for children and try to invest in the future, which at the end of the day is what we owe our shareholders as well.
Just case in point to your grandfather that you're talking about in question, the founder of the company. Coincidentally, just happenstance, had breakfast this morning within just a few blocks from your location here with a gentleman who mowed his yard every 2 weeks for the 50s through the 60s. And I said, what kind of man was Mr. Susser? Wonderful man, treated me like family, just took good care of me, even though I was working for him and caring for his lawn on a bi-monthly basis. Huh. So just prior to that, went to a Stripe store this morning, which is normal, to get my New York Times and other things that I need, like my coffee fix. And the young lady treated me like I was family. I was right in my home. And that's typical to when I go to any of the Stripe locations anywhere in Texas. It's just phenomenal how this culture has evolved generationally over time. It's really a phenomenal thing to witness. There are certain key companies, FedEx come to mind, Disney and others, that seem to have captured that same magic. That magic also goes back to the founder?
It does. Papa was, my granddad, I've called Papa, was just a tremendous people person in life of the party. You know, loved to dance, loved to sing, loved sports, gambled a little bit on the football games and everything else, and just the life of the party and the life of our business. And very, very passionate in what he did, and cared very, very deeply about the folks that worked at Susser Petroleum, our bankers that saw us through good times and bad times.
Who were they? Would you like to mention, give them a plug?
Well,
I've been sold out to a company out of state by now, but
my granddad's been gone, sadly, 19 years, so wow. It's been a long time. But Ivan Wilson is a gentleman that banked my granddad, and phenomenal man, and banked my dad, and now his son Alan is part of the banking team that we have. Jim Winton is another longtime South Texas banker that knew my granddad well, and Mac Ray, and there are many others, but he built a lot of good friendships.
Talking about the company a little bit more, what investments have you made in the Boardman region with your stores, and over what period of time? There seems to have been an expansion when you changed the name to Stripes, a lot of acquisitions, some cases Stripe stores right across the corner from each other.
We have, our first foray into the Valley was in 1995 when we acquired what was the former 7-Eleven stores. They had become Circle K, and we brought them into our network. We have also invested in what was the TexMart chain, and from the Phillips family, and the Coastal State Stores, formerly Maverick Market, prior to that. But
Eric Wendell, prior to that.
Mr. Wendell, yes. Rest in peace, a real pioneer within the convenience store industry. We have been building new stores very aggressively for the last 12 or 13 years. We have over 180 stores in the Lower Rio Grande Valley. We employ thousands of people. Our little company grew its employment by 800 people last year. We're now over 8,200 employees. And there's no market more important to us than the Valley. It's our largest region by store count. It's home of Laredo Taco for us. It's where we have the most stores with our restaurant offering. And we're very excited to continue to invest in the Valley.
Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Ron Whitlock Reports. We're here at the headquarters for Stripes International, and we're here to honor Sam L. Susser. We just had Sam J. Susser come and join us. And Sam J. Susser, tell us who this young man is and what you think about him being honored as Border Texan of the Year.
This young man is probably the brightest businessman who's come out of Corpus Christi in many, many decades. And I'm extremely proud of him. He could not have done a better job for the community, for our family, for our family of companies.
Where did the philanthropy come in? Who brought that in? And secondly, where did the element of service to the customer, service to the community, really, where did it come from in your family? Where did it emanate?
Truthfully, I think it emanated from my son and his interest in really giving back to the communities that have helped our company grow and be successful. Jerry just mentioned we have over 8,000 employees. I can't tell you how excited they are in helping with the fund drives, exceeding their previous year goals, and being part of giving back to the communities that we serve. And it's a thrill for us. It truly is.
Well, a testament to Sam, he gave all the credit to Pawpaw, he said. Pawpaw did all that. He imparted all of that to me.
Well, you know, our dad, bless his heart, would be so proud to be standing here with us and seeing what we've built and since Sam joined us in 1988, he was, the inspiration and gave us the leadership and the knowledge of the financial community, which is, he's just done a tremendous job in leading our company and providing a corporate culture that we have become part of the community, and we love giving back to the community. And every time we have a grand opening or a ribbon cutting, we make sure that we, donate money to that community, that school or some children's activity that is really helped by the donations that we make, and it makes everybody in our company proud.
It's been a team effort, Ron. My dad and uncle are way too generous. From the day I got here to today, they always have very strong advice and very strong opinions, and they are fortunately never satisfied with the way we're approaching our business, and always finding ways to deliver better customer service and to serve our employees that take care of customers. And they're real nice to say those nice things, but it's a team effort, and it is a strong team of leaders at this company. It's a complex business, and I am blessed to be the spokesperson, and I get some credit sometimes when things go right, but it's a lot of people that are rowing the boat and moving us forward, and we're very grateful to our team.
they're on your shoulder watching every move you make. It seems to me they're here during the noon hour and acting like they're having a good time, but they're not here just to get a paycheck, I assume. They're here to make sure you're doing it right, huh?
Is
that what you're saying?
They're not bashful about letting me know how we can do it better, and I'm grateful for that. But we're very, I think one unique thing about our company is that we have access to public company capital, but we have the values of a family-led business. And we've managed transitions here, kind of the passing of the baton has gone extremely well over the years here at Susser.
Is your company concerned about 7-Eleven now saying they're coming back to town? You're going to have a new competitor on the block. Does that worry you in any way?
Every competitor worries us. 7-Eleven is a great company. They have, I think, 45, nearly 50,000 stores around the world. They are a really impressive organization, and I'm sure that their re-entry back into South Texas will spark our team to pay more attention to what they're doing and hopefully drive us to be a little bit faster. And we're very respectful of 7-Eleven and our many other competitors, but that hopefully will just drive us to innovate.
We'll be back with a wrap-up, so don't touch that dial. Stay tuned. Hello, welcome back to the wrap-up segment of Ron Woodlock Reports. Honoring with his presence here on our telecast today, Border Texan of the Year, Sam Susser. Sam, thank you for having been with us on the program. Your dad was just with us in the last segment. Obviously, many watching the telecast are aware of the fact that your father had a heart surgery, heart transplant, was it?
Yeah.
And how's that working out for him? He seemed to be fit as a fiddle when he was here just a moment ago.
We are just so lucky to have him around. It's coming up on the 2-year anniversary. The procedure was very, very successful. We are extremely grateful. We recognize every day that a family tragically lost someone, which that family then became a donor family, which gave my father and other families the opportunity to live on. And we're grateful for that ultimate gift from that donor family and for the tremendous medical care that we've received. He's got a new lease on life, and he's warns my mom that he's got the heart of a 20-year-old. She better watch out if she's chasing her around. But I don't know about that, but I can promise you he's chasing me around with ideas to run our business a little bit better. It's going full bore.
We'll now have a few comments from others acknowledging the Border Texan of the Year and saying a few words about our honoree. After that, till next time, adios.
I've known Sam literally all his life, and he and I serve as trustees of the Driscoll Foundation and have for a number of years, and I have a personal relationship with his family, and I can tell you that Sam L. Susser is fully dedicated to this community. He and his company spend a lot of time and a lot of money trying to improve the quality of life here, the educational experience, like at Texas A&M University Corpus Christi, where they sponsor, big sponsors for the Division I men's and women's basketball program that we have there. He's extremely active in supporting the Driscoll Children's Hospital, and he does this willingly and without asking anything in return, and I think this is a great honor for him because he certainly epitomizes what I would think people would want in their Border Texan to be. And he joins a great group of people, and I'm delighted he's being honored in this fashion.
Sam Susser is a man that truly cares about people. He always looks at the welfare of humanity. And when you think about the definition of philanthropic, it certainly epitomizes Sam L. Susser. He looks at the spiritual, the health, and the quality of human beings and how their life is affected every day. So he is one that invests in people, and he knows the true meaning that this life is not worth living unless you're helping people. you.